Hello. Testing. Turn volume up. Hello. We are very excited to be interviewing Patti Negri. We are just waiting for her to come now. So, hi Tam. So we are officially starting at 7, so she has 4 minutes before she gets here. So, hi. We're doing a psychic reading. Super excited. I'm going to ask her if she can tell us what's going on with COVID. Maybe she can answer all our questions. I know, me too, right? Somebody's got to know, certainly not our government. So who better to ask than a psychic, right? I think it's a great idea. So I'm just going to give her a few more minutes. How is everyone doing today? It's actually nice and it's starting to get warmer out in New York. I'm getting excited to sit in my house. You can ignore my door. I am haunted here. Speaking of witches and stuff. So yeah. Hey. I'm going to go bring Patti in. Unable to join, why not? Hold on. I'm getting a notice that she is unable to join. Let me see. Let me see. Now I have to figure out why she is not able to join. Let me see. Patti, is your account live? It's not letting me letting you join right now. I tried. It says unable to join. You have to apparently have a public account. Do you have a public account? I'm doing research. Does anyone else know anything about that? Are you following? We're following each other, right? Can you guys hear me? I feel like there's a delay. Let me see. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it says we have to follow each other. And that neither account can be. Yeah, try the phone for sure. Thanks. Ooh, hi. So we're just trying to figure out some technical difficulties, but we will be on momentarily. Okay, let me see if I can, okay. I'm waiting for Patti to join. Hopefully it worked. I don't know if it was a phone thing. I hear it on momentarily.
I'm seeing both of us.
Oh, I don't see you.
Really? I see both of us. Am I something not on? I'm getting a stand since I'm getting off my computer, apparently.
The learning process.
It is technology. Wait.
It is the wave of our future.
It is. So you don't see me now? I see you.
Okay, everyone else says they can see both of us. I just can't. I still have a little notice saying that I'm waiting for you. Let me press this one thing, and if it cuts you off, I will send you another invite real quick. Oh, hold on. Are you still there? Nope, I lost her. Okay, let me try again.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can't see you, but hopefully other people can see you. So we will go for it.
Is it like it must be something set with your phone. I'm not sure because
I don't know.
if you slide it to the side, can you make yourself small and then we're both half and half? I've got you on top of me, each halfway.
No, that's not what it normally does. All right. Well, as long as everyone else can see everybody.
Well, okay. Hi, everybody.
I will also follow and try to see if I can see it on. Oh, let me see. I'm going to try and do it from mine, and then I can see you if I follow you via my other one. So I will just put both of these and turn off the sound. I'm a genius. Ha ha ha. Oh no. Can you still see me? She's gone. Okay. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. We're trying it. We'll start soon. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. Yay! I can see you now.
Oh, yay! Yay!
I have no idea what changed, but I am not complaining.
Yay! Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
So
Technology.
I know. Every time I do this, it's like a new thing. But I really have been enjoying doing my interviews and getting to reconnect with people who I've already gotten to talk to a little bit with Jejune, like yourself, which has been a pleasure. So, tell me, Patti, how are you doing?
I am doing well. This is a big shift for me, being quarantined in. I'm not a be-at-home girl. As a rule, I'm pretty much out 6 days a week, either touring or traveling or speaking or working or playing. And I was thinking, wow, 7 days home with my husband. But it's because like we usually have like a once a week date night and we have coffee in the morning. But it's actually been great. I'm doing the best of what I can. We are actually having fun. We're playing games we've never played before, like little games. And so it's great. I can't wait till we can get out again. I don't want to rush it. I'm missing live interaction with people. And it happened when I was just starting this every single week book. I was that next weekend it shut down. I was going to Virginia City, and then I was going to Dallas, and then I was going to New York, and then I was doing this TV thing with Trevor Moore, and then I was doing nothing. I'm playing Trivial Pursuit with my husband. But again, making the best of it. And I have some of those, well, everybody's been pushed back, many with new dates, and hopefully August, it looks like things might be live again. We'll see, how, I think it all depends on how everybody does. But
Right.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And what's funny though is that as crazy as we are, I work in the spirit world. I work with people. I talk to ghosts. I talk to spirits. They're as whacked as we are. They're as confused. I guess they're feeling the quarantine is like, why are these humans home all the time? No one's doing ghost hunts. They're just in their own damn house, round and round and round. Activity is getting wacky. So that's fun.
I never thought about how frustrated the spirits might be. I know my cats are frustrated to see me all the time, but I can imagine the spirits in my house also are kind of sick of my face at this point.
Yeah, it's because they feel whether we're having angst or uncertainty or whatever we're feeling. Of course, that's going to go on the other side of the veil. They're going to feel it too, just like our cats and our dogs and everything else. So it just goes straight down and up the line.
So do you have any fun stories of ghosts complaining to you yet about like everything that's going on?
Well, actually, yes. I have a haunted doll. Her name is Belle. She's a 105-year-old German doll, and she was feeling horribly ignored because I would do seances at the house and just have people over. Again, we'd be filming something, and everybody wants Belle in the middle, whether we're focusing on her or not. But all of a sudden, she was sitting there for a month and a half, like just sitting in the corner of the living room and nobody talking to her. And I was kind of ignoring her, just doing, because everything's different, doing my own thing. So, and she was getting really cranky. She was making the cats fight, which is really weird. Because the cats at first didn't like her when I first got her a couple of years ago, and then they love her and they wrap around her. And my dachshund, who just deceased a couple of months ago, still hangs around, but all of a sudden she was making the cats fight and the cats cranky, and I'm like, oh, Belle needs to be on air. So I don't know, I did an interview or something. It's like, can I just have this doll on my lap? No particular reason. And she got happy again, and the household got happy. She is the biggest attention whore. For a cute little 100-year-old doll.
I feel like I should ask you to bring over Belle so we can see her real quick. Is that possible?
It can. I have to run upstairs and downstairs, but I can do it in about 30 seconds.
Go for it.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Sorry, guys. I should just run off. I have to meet this doll, and you guys need to meet her too. So, how often do you get to meet a cranky, bewitched doll? I don't get to do it every day, so I'm excited. So, right, guys? So cool.
Oh,
coming, guys.
you just made her day. Oh,
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
isn't she beautiful? Not bad skin for over 100 years old. It's amazing. It's porcelain and not a mark on it. The rest of her body, she's missing fingers. This was something they made in the 1900s called composite. It's probably like wood and glue and mush. That didn't hold up, but her porcelain face did. So anybody, let us know. I can't see her that well, but people catch her eyes moving all the time. Because she does the open close thing, but
Yeah.
people catch her moving sideways. And what's so cute is that people can always tell her mood, even though obviously this doesn't change. She's got the trippiest teeth. This can't change. But like 3 people will come through my house in a row, and 3 people will go, Belle's happy, Belle's happy, Belle's happy. The next day, Belle's angry, Belle's angry. You don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to be a medium. Everyone, she just lets her way be known.
Well,
I think she likes you.
Hey.
Huh?
Well,
And she likes being here, so thank you.
thank you so much for sharing. And I have a little bit of in me as well, so I always appreciate connection with spirits all the time.
Yeah, she's a good girl. She was sent to me by a girl in Belgium who Belle had made her sick for like literally 3 years. Made her hair fall out, made her little girl sick. And she saw me on television on Ghost Adventures or Deadly Possessions doing a seance with Peggy the doll, a much more haunted little doll. And she figured if I could handle Peggy, I could handle Belle. So she sent her to me. And even just the power of this doll. I mean, I have a lot of followers, not that many. Just unwrapping her. It was my first Facebook Live ever. 49,000 views. Not, I don't get that. I get, oh, look at 200. 49,000 views this girl brought in. Crazy. But there was a bad spirit, so I had to get rid of it because I didn't want what hair I have to fall out. And then when I got rid of this non-human bat spirit, this beautiful little girl spirit came out. And now we have like this little girl doll runs around the house when we're upstairs. She's downstairs. So everybody needs a good, positive haunted doll. Or not.
I love Belle. She's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Oh, she seems very lovely.
And she's seeing all the little hearts there that people go, she goes, oh, thank you. Does she look happier than when she first got on? Like, oh yeah, I'm on camera.
I love it. So, do you work, like, you do all kinds of spirit stuff? So is that?
I do. I really, I was born this way. When I was this little kid, I thought everybody could talk to spirits. I knew that the guy under the bed and the thing in the closet were real. They weren't imaginary. They were real spirits I could get real information from. I just thought that was normal. And I would think at the ripe old age of 7 or 8, I did my first seance. And that's what I'm known for. I realized that I didn't even know any dead people, but I came up with my first conjure, and Marilyn Monroe, John F. Kennedy, all these persons that a 7 or 8-year-old would know. And my little windowless, lightless hallway filled with orbs and lights and spirits. And me and my best girlfriend, Sherry Jones, went running out of the house screaming, but I was jumping up and down going, it's real, and we can control it to an extent. We can open it up and we can close it up. So I've spent my entire life learning about that, studying philosophy, education, occult sciences, regular sciences, religion, philosophy, cosmologies, because I see energy. I think that's what it is. And you use different words for it if you're in a typical Judeo-Christian, or if you're following a pagan path, or if you're a Buddhist path, or even an atheist path like my grandfather. It's that same energy below. You just use different words, and you just find that truth. And then it's kind of easy, and there's no conflict.
I agree with you completely, actually. I don't tell most people, but I'm also pagan. So
yay! We won't tell anybody. No one's listening right now.
So I totally get you, and I've always had that kind of like, because I come from a science background too, and I'm like, paganism and science, like, they just make so much sense because it's all about energy and how it works, and just being able
and it's all very scientific. They just figured it out, sitting under the moonlight 1,000,000 years ago. And right now, more and more spirituality in whatever form you call it, and science is coming together with quantum mechanics, quantum physics, everything. Soon they're just going to be one big mush pot.
Actually, my graduate degree was in neuroscience, and I wrote a whole paper on and paganism and like how and magic, and like they were actually able to track like different levels of energy and recordings in people's brains, looking at Buddhists and nuns and all these different people, and it was, people look at it, people aren't appreciating fully yet.
Right. But we're leaning towards that. We're getting there. I think honestly, part of this whole big Corona thing, as horrible as it is a wake-up call. It's just we became asleep, numb, sleep at the wheel, phoned in, by road, automatic, all these words, and the big universe, whatever word you want to use, went, hey, wake the hell up, you guys. And so we're here, and you don't even get sports, you don't get anything, we can't. Okay, I guess it's too bad it's a hard lesson. We could have got an easier one, but I think we're just so stubborn-headed. It took a big lesson to get it for us to actually hear. So I think we're going to turn out good and fabulous and even better than before. Dang it.
That's what I keep saying. Like, we can look at this and keep moving forward the same way, or we can actually look at this and be like, you know what? These are the things we need to fix. This is what we need to reevaluate. And I think people are reevaluating how they appreciate things. I'm certainly a lot more grateful in life, and I think most people I know are, and I think that's really
Yeah, no, I really, it's, as you see it, if people, a lot of people say it's bringing out the worst in people, and it is, but it's bringing out the best in people too. It really is. And I just, one of those believers that the good side's we're gonna overweigh it and like, breath, breath.
I think the bad side is just a little louder. So there's a smaller group of people, but they're loud. So we
They're
see that.
loud.
But there's a lot of like, and I've been so impressed even through Jejune, like there's so many like people just picking up and they're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make masks. I've never made a mask before, so I'm gonna learn how to sew. Like my intern last week, she was just like, I've never learned how to sew before. So she just started and we did a whole tutorial on it. And I'm like,
Isn't that awesome? I know. And we're learning all sorts of things and taking that time to do it. So, yes, we can't control everything. We can control a lot of things. I'm a witch, so I believe we can move fate, we can bend fate, we could do a lot of things, but we can't change everything. Certain things are a given. You're this tall, you're this, that, you were born with whatever circumstances. But we have complete control over what we do with that circumstance, whatever that is. And that's the 90%. Okay, we're given this coronavirus, but what we do with it, that's what will be the outcome, not what it is. So we just have to remember that and keep our power. It's people give away their power, and maybe this is about taking our power back.
so what advice would you give as a witch and as an individual to keep that power and to protect yourself and move forward?
Learn to trust. The first thing, again, intent is one, awareness is two. Learn to trust our inner intuition, whatever you want to call it. Because again, all of a sudden, when we're giving away our power, you tell me what's right and wrong. You tell me what I should do. You tell me if I'm supposed to go out of my house or not. And again, yes, we have to look at the science side of that. But beyond that, we have to go, wow, this doesn't feel right. This does feel right. As far as into life, well beyond wearing of a mask or not leaving your house. I think that's it. And I think it's about balance. The world got out of balance. And my big thing of seeing energy is balance. So that's what I spend my life. I have my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. The whole thing is about balance and in 30-second increments. Because as a rule, most days I don't have time to meditate for an hour. I have 30 seconds to pull it together. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, we've got it. Mind, thought process, body, taking action, spirit. Run your hands underwater, spirit. Breathe into it. Do some heckle work, some vows. Hug a tree. Boom, you've just grounded yourself. So I think it's just about awareness, listening to that inner self that so many of us have shut off, and then finding the balance within. Balance, again, work, play. We've got so out of whack. And let's have fun getting back into whack. Whack. I like that word.
So with that in mind, do you think the coronavirus is a way for our environment and nature to get back into balance?
Yes, and it is. So now it's what we do with it. Because we've seen, everybody's seen on TV, the dolphins are back and the animals are back and nature. We have had, I'm in California, the prettiest spring I have ever seen. And we're looking at it from out the window, and maybe that's okay. Now we're getting back into it. It's the most amazing spring. LA for a little while, I don't think it is now, had the clearest air on the planet. Los Angeles, for a minute and a half, we had the clear, and you look outside and you go, this is what it could be. And maybe we don't need all those cars on the road all the time. Maybe we can do a few more things from home. Again, it's that swing of the pendulum. We went so far to one side. Maybe we had to go so far to the other side that we could safely meet in the middle. But now is when we have to really make it, because I don't want to spend too much time on the news. I don't want to be an ostrich and have my head buried. I have to know, but I can't have the loop of the horridness coming. But, I saw here in the LA paper that, they want industries asking for the pollution guidelines to be lowered. No, this is not the time to, just because let's keep them strong. Let's make them stronger. Yeah, so don't fall back into that. But again, every action we take, every thought we have, which creates the action and the words of each one of us is what makes the difference.
I couldn't agree more.
Ah.
So as a witch, how are you protecting yourself from the coronavirus and everything that's going on?
Well, I energetically, I'm a big energy person, and I work a lot with mirror energy and mirror things bounce off. You know, you could do it with cranky people or energy vampire people. You could also do it with a virus. I mean, I still wear the mask, yes, but you could just bounce things off, and I've been doing it successfully my whole life. I mean, I should be even in my book, he said, I should be sick or dead or in a wheelchair at very least, if not dead. And I went, no, that doesn't work for me. No, I'm going to create a different story. So I'm careful, I'm cautious, and I'm, you know, I don't want to go too big ego, or I'm not going to get it, because I don't want to cross the line of ego, but I'm not going to get it, you know, because I am careful and cautious, and I bounce it off. And I mostly have to protect, again, we all know how to protect from the virus. Again, it's the negative energy, the too much conspiracy theory, the too much, oh, we're all going to die, the bombardment that you have to protect for. And mirror energy, you don't have to have a real mirror, works really well for that. And for all those people I send it that are in, you know, required services, especially the people in the hospitals, whether it's the janitor in the hospital, the nurse, the doctor, you know, they are really bombarded with energy. So just keep sending it out, sending out that love, and we're going to be okay. But that's how I do. Again, it's all about balance, coming up with a routine. I work out. I used to would go to Lake Hollywood, outdoor, teach a class for free 6 days a week. We couldn't go to Lake Hollywood. They closed it down. I'm doing it on video. Now I have people, not just LA, I've got people in New York and the Midwest, all over doing this class. So now we're getting ready to go back to the lake. I'm like, I guess I have to take my little Zoom with me and be live and this, but keep whatever routines you can that are the good ones, and the stuff that wasn't serving you, just let go of it.
Yeah, I think this is a good time for that. You know, to reevaluate, like, look at that.
Yeah.
So you spoke of mirror magic. Can you explain that a little bit to the people who don't?
Yes, I can. Again, we know that, well, we know nothing is solid. You know, seventh grade science, this wall isn't solid, we're not solid, it's moving atoms. There's nothing solid. So know that the energy world is just as real and solid as we are. So in our thoughts and our intents, again, I see energy. I see literally the cords between people. You know, everybody uses words like, oh, I cut the cords with that, no strings attached. We really do have little cords and little strings to everybody in our lives. We do. Yes, we can cut them. Sometimes they're little silk cords. Sometimes it's barbed wire attached to a relationship. Sometimes it's that. But everything affects us. Most curses aren't like big, screw you, whatever, I'm going to curse your family thing. Usually it's somebody like flipping you off on the freeway, driving by, they didn't like how you were driving, or a grumpy person who wants to grab your energy. So again, working with energy, you could work with color, you could work with light, but mirror energy, mirror is reflective. So what I always do is, and you could practice this, so decide that maybe you're going to go to a place with a bunch of hostile people, or maybe your in-laws, and you're not sure that they love you as much as they could, and you want to put it out that they do and they can. So first I always run light through my body, like literally I just do a snap of the finger and I just kind of light everywhere, and I just like a little bomb through my house, because I want to do there. And then I just pictured this beautiful mirrored egg all around my body, kind of like the Chicago bean, kind of this mirrored egg all around my body. And you empower with that mirror that nothing bad can get in. Everything good can get in that you want, but nothing bad can. Inside you could be pink and puffy or whatever you want. But because it's a mirror on the outside, you could do titanium or steel or cement, but because it's a mirror, the person throwing it at you, especially if they're doing it on purpose, are actually going to get a little tiny subconscious reflection of how not good they look. Just like, oh, they're throwing, whether they're throwing jealousy or they're going to kind of see how ugly they looked. It's actually going to bounce back a little, and they're going to get a sting, nothing bad, and then they're going to be able to kind of look through the mirror and see it didn't affect you at all. You're sitting there going, love and light, or whatever. I love you. I don't have to hate you. And they're going to they're not even going to get the benefit of throwing the shade at you. So next time they won't get that benefit, they're not going to throw so hard. So if they walk by the next day and it didn't affect you, they're not going to throw so hard. It's amazing how good it works. And anybody can do it. You could practice it. Well, now you can't. It's hard to practice unless you gather your housemates around you really close. But I always said, go to a mall or get a crowded elevator or go to a concert. And say you're getting the elevator, it is a crowded elevator. You get in the elevator with everybody and nobody there knows you. So they're not really sending you bad juju or bad shade or anything. So do that. You do the little light, do the snap. You will literally see people step back and smile at you because they're getting the nice reflection in the mirror. They'll step back and they'll smile and they'll nod to you. And if they can't step back, because literally you are sardined in like an elevator, all of a sudden your personal space isn't invaded, no matter what it is, how tight you are. So it's just the consciousness that we take in to do it. So mirror magic is great, especially now. So put it against viruses, put it against cranky people, anything that you need.
So is that tied in also with your aura then? Because it sounds like it's almost like a shell on your aura or something like that.
It's all like a shell on yeah, because your aura is part of your energy field. Everything's energy. Everything is energy. Like I said, nothing's solid. So yeah, it's like a little protection around your shield. And it's nice. So inside, that's why I always throw light in first. I don't just put the mirror on because what if I'm a little dusty inside? And if you throw that light, you kind of really quickly almost balance your chakras, your energy, and then you're all clean and shiny inside.
I love it. I'm going to start doing it myself now. So.
It's fun. The practicing of it is what's really fun because you'll go, wow, I did that. You know. I made them smile.
Right. No, I love it. That's awesome. I'm going to totally do that. So
Armor of Light, somebody wrote. Yes, Armor of Light.
Yes, I love that. So I have like 50 million things I want to ask you, but I want to make the reading in first, and then if we have time, I would love to ask you like 50 more questions.
Okay, anything you want.
So I want to make because I think that would be really cool. But then hopefully we still have some time, and then I can continue asking you questions.
Okay. So what is your question?
I basically want to do something for everybody. So I want to ask about COVID and the future of our planet, and like the best ways to move forward on that. Let me see, I actually wrote it down. How, if there's a way we can learn how the world will actually get it under control, will there be another wave? How can the average person help to minimize effect? Okay.
All right, let me see what I can.
Awesome.
I work with tarot. It's just a jumping off point. I work with dowsing rods, and then I just work directly with spirit. So I do want to call in my guides. Everyone here's guides, all that's good, all that's light, that I just may be a conduit for real, true, good, and helpful information. And I want to tap into that big consciousness, this planetary consciousness right now. Oh, you know what's going to get strong from this, which I hadn't really even thought about? The feminine.
Ooh, I like it. Big fan.
The feminine. Again, and it's literally new hope, new thought, new possibility stepping in. New possibility. Again, the feminine. Maybe we're going to get tired of those cranky fighting men. I don't know. Couldn't be a bad thing.
And more female power out there.
I would, yes, definitely more female power. And running it for more matriarchal. I mean, it's not going to be a full shift, but what Spirit is telling me is what's going to come out of this, again, is more balance. It's about balance. So maybe it won't be a good old boys world anymore. We're going to bring in that feminine aspect of whatever gender the person is. Also, a clearer thought pattern. What it's done partially is united us. It's good and bad and different. All the world is thinking about one thing right now. It's a little scary because it's disease and the financials, but we've never been so united in thought and so united in situation. So I think what this is telling me, what Spirit's telling me, is that this is about us learning to work together again. We've gotten so and it's obvious now, again, even political, we've gotten such a divide. Even our games, even our sports, it's you're this team or you're that team. You're a Republican or you're a Democrat. You're a Yankee or you're a Dodger. You're a this. It's great in sports. It doesn't have to be in that. So what this is doing is bringing us back as a global community. And what this is telling me is if we play it right, we still have free will. We could, any psychic that tells you this is going to happen just took away your power. We were given by God, the universe, whatever word you use, we were given free will. So I could tell you, like, when you walk out of the house, a bird's going to poop on your head. I'm such a good psychic. I know when the bird's going to poop. I know when it's going to fly over. I know when you're going to walk out. But that, I just took away your power. You're going to walk out. If you go, you should avoid walking out of your house at 5 o'clock or wear an umbrella. Climb out the window. Then you're not. So this is all. Everything is free will. It's dependent. It's how the pattern is going. But that is what the message is for us. And it's a new thought pattern. A little more creative, a little more not just fact-based. Yes, we have to have the facts. There's the science there. Left brain, right and wrong, father. But that more intuitive side, like I was saying, creative side, artist side, that's what's going to come out of this if we play it right, if we allow it. Again, and there's going to be this new global community of connectedness. It's connectedness. And again, best card in the deck. It's the world card for people who use regular decks. This could be a lot of, there's the new age communities of pagan. We are changing. We are changing vibration levels. We're dimensions. We're going from our third dimension world, our three-dimensional gravity, all this, into the fifth dimension. That's what everybody says who talks about any of that. And even with getting into the science stuff. So again, with that, old black and white rules aren't working. Even looking, more paranormal stuff's going to happen. More intuitive stuff is going to happen. So this is about embracing that. As far as, we're going to start seeing really quickly good things come out of this as well as the bad. And people are going to start seeing this new birthing of a new way of being. Yes, the other side is really loud, really obnoxious, but again, we're going to hear over the din. We're going to hear over that. We're going to hear over that if we play this right. I'm feeling, again, right now we're getting in this little stuck spot of literally, we're locked in the house for this, but what that's really doing is opening a whole new door for us. I think that there is going to, what I'm sensing from spirit, not with cards, is that there's going to be a bit of a second. We are so in charge if there's a second wave or not, and how every city, every state is changing, every country is changing. We're going to start seeing fruits of our cause and effect, action and reaction. And again, that's part of the waking up process that we're going to see. Okay, those people who did wear the mask a little longer than they had to, they stayed here. Because we're not used to consequence anymore. This is part of the lesson. We just like, well, they'll take care of it. Oh, they will pay for that. They will do for that. This is equal opportunity, everything and everybody. So what you do is going to affect you. What I do is going to affect me. And somebody wrote ripple effect. Yes, it's a ripple effect. So again, I think we're at the time, and we're starting to see it, even if it's little memes on Facebook or Instagram to the bedtime stories of this is what's good came out of it versus that every conspiracy that, we're all going to get chips of whatever. We have to pick the world we want to live in. And I think the good side is going to I think by next year at this time, it's going to be a better world all around. And we're going to be recovering from all the financial stuff. We're going to be recovering. Yes, it is a crazy high price to pay in lives, and all sorts of things. But we are going to get the benefit of it. And some new leaders are going to come out of this. People who new, fresh thinkers. We're not going to go the old guard. We're going to new, fresh thinkers of women. It is not about the gender. It's going to be, very gender free. So we're going to see this world that we can create and how it's up to each of us. It's up to each of us to create that happy ever after. Oh, start with us. So let me see what else Spirit says.
So,
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go on. No, it's about integrity. We are pretty amazing people, and we forgot about that. We forgot about how powerful we are. We gave away our power, like I was talking when we first started. And this is about new hope. It's about new hope. And it's much bigger than just my new hope of me. It's the bigger new hope, me and you and all of us. How long, somebody wants to know how long we have to wear a mask. Are you thinking about the length of time, the mask of time? That's also completely up to us. If we are really good and enough of us do stay home as much as we can, do the thing, we will get through it way faster. I think we are going to be wearing masks for a long time. I think I live in Hollywood. The Hollywood Bowl just canceled the whole season. I mean, it's been here since 1920s. It's never canceled a season. But you know what? It'll be back next year, and we're going to appreciate it more than we ever did. So I think get used to wearing masks for a while. They're going to get better. I'm waiting for the fashion masks, the runway models. You have your Dior mask and your Chanel mask and your sports mask and your dress-up mask, the sequin mask, which we're getting there already. There you go. Oh, that's a nice one. That's pretty. Mine are all upstairs. That's a good one. But if that's the price you pay, and even if you think about it, it's so funny because it's turning us in a different way. It's like the hiding and then the opening and the hiding. Walking by people, I always smile at people. It's like they can't tell I'm smiling. Oh, no, they can. It's by the energy. Even if they're not seeing this, you maybe do a little wave, and that energy, it's, again, subtleties kicking in. It's great.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Like when I go out, because I smile at everybody too, and I'm like, oh wait, and then I'm like, yeah, they know. We can still
Yeah.
communicate.
Yeah. So this is a purge. You don't have to go into the movie The Purge and all that, but this is about truly letting go of what's not serving us anymore. And it's honestly, it's easy as we allow it or hard as we make it. With the same thing, it's like I have to scrub the floor. It could be either that or easy. So again, it's intention and attitude. And we just all needed a big attitude adjustment, I guess, as speaking for a whole. But we're letting go of it, and and I and then I think some big other world events is coming. I'm not like a big ET person at all, because for this little witch pagan dance around a bonfire, some of them are crazy. A girl who wears cloaks and vampire fangs. But I honestly think this is preparing us to be together, that maybe, the CIA just left all sorts of stuff about, the extraterrestrials. It would be scary to think we were the only people in this endless universe. Of course, that would be much more scary than knowing they're out there. I think part of this actually might be that, not immediately, that we still might be years away again, but that this new global awareness, global coming togetherness is because something else is coming in. And I'm not even thinking it's something bad, but just something so much bigger than ourselves. We have to know how to think differently.
Do you think that could possibly be climate change?
I think climate change is a huge part of it. Yes, yes, yes. We're not taking it, I mean, some of us take it seriously, some of us don't. And I think part of that 100% is the climate change. That could be this big effect that's like, I don't get how people cannot look past tomorrow. And people with children cannot look past tomorrow. It's, talk about blinders, but this happened. So we can never go there again. There is learning consequence. So there's your big climate change. Yeah. And the alien funding. Again, I don't think they're going to land. I don't think they're going to come in like all of those movies we've ever seen, but there's going to be a communication, I think, and having a new thing. I don't know. I don't think it's real soon, but we're getting ready for it. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of positive change that can come out of all this for sure. People just have to
Yeah.
act where it happens. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
that's what I'm getting for it. Again, in this new creative way of being, I again, this year is going to be talked about forever. Everything we are in a petri dish, literally and figuratively. Everything is looked at, how we handled it, the good, the bad, the ugly, how both on an individual person by person basis, on a national basis, on a world basis. And
so
it's,
when you say that there's gonna be female, like hopefully raising
yeah,
and all that, which I love. Well, is that because I'm definitely seeing that in other countries? Do you think that we will see that in America?
I think we are. I think we are. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get a girl president this next time out, but we'll probably hopefully get a girl vice president and a new girl president beyond that. But it's more than just president. It's feminine thought,
Okay.
getting out of gender. It's that the the way the feminine brain works versus the way the male brain works, and we all know the difference. Now we all learned that in school. So it's taking on a different way to process, a way to think. It's like playing chess instead of checkers. Little, no, let's go this way. There's a more cunning to it. Women are as strong as men, and a gazillion, I mean, stronger in most ways, in my little opinion, but it's not so boom, boom, boom.
We
So
don't
I
think
think,
we're much more delicate.
yeah,
More effective, I think, in most of the time.
yeah. So that's what I see, and I think people are coming out of this. Again, the leaders, it's like the clothes are off. The clothes are off and all the good rights, the ones that you see where their intent is coming from in that. And I think as the panic wears down a little bit, which we're starting to a little bit, that just like, what the heck is happening? That's when these new thought including new people are stepping in. I think that's when I don't even know who any of them are yet, but this new feminine wave of thought process is going to start stepping in, you know.
Can you sense any sort of timeline of when, like, are we looking at like a year from now, or like?
I think it's because this was such a bomb. I think it's going to be a gentler build back up. Um, Again, I think within a year, the hardest stuff is going to be done. It's going to be recovery and things. Here, let's ask my dowsing rods. Anybody can see those? I've been using these forever. Can't control them. Anybody knows who they are. I've seen me use them on Ghost Adventures, and they've been around forever. It's how you find water in the desert. It's plumbers use them to find water lines. I tested them for a whole year, literally on sports teams. My husband's a sports guy, and it would be this team versus that team, and I'd ask the rods, and I would be like pretty much always right over him going, but no, they're the worst team. Sorry. So like right now we're doing a Jejune Magazine Instagram Live, cross on yes. Right now we are at the beach in Monte Carlo. No, we're not. Open it up. And I'm not moving anything. Right now it is Thursday. Is it really Thursday? Yes, it is. It's Thursday. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? No, it's
Anymore?
thinking about it. It's not
No,
Tuesday. But all right, so let's see. Is the timeline by early fall? Let's see. By early fall, we get some semblance of normal back with people going out a little by early fall? Yes.
Okay.
Will there be much big group things by early fall? No. Will there be group things by late fall? No. Are most group things going to be held off until 2021? Yes. So again, then we'll just appreciate them that much more when we can go to the Hollywood Bowl, when we can go to concerts, when we can go to wherever we go. I don't know I have no who it is, but again, these new voices are going to come out, and we're going to hear a different sound again. And there's probably some men within it too, but it's going to have that. They'll definitively be women, and they'll be definitively coming more from the feminine matriarchal feel in the patriarchal. And people are going to listen and hear something different. It's just knocking things down. So, are we going to be okay as a whole? Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Amazing.
Yeah. So get out and look at the great spring flowers, and it's. But I think that's what I get, because the rest is totally up to us. With again, every action we take, every thought we have, we create tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have not taken charge of that. I mean, we've left it in a few hands of a few people who maybe didn't always have everybody's best intent at heart.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
Hopefully that will change in November.
Yes, hopefully that will change in November.
We have
Vote, everybody vote. Again, people give away their power. That's what this is about. That's even my whole book is about. People give away their power. They give it away to other people. They give it away to belief systems. They give it away to fear. They give it away. Just, you make that decision. I don't want to. It's like, we are amazing, powerful beings. Start with just you and your little house, your little room, wherever you are. Then your dog, your cat, your kids, your spouse, it's like, and if I'll put on that superhero cape, we're going to rock it.
Yeah, and I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to step up to that.
Yeah.
Let's all make masks. If you can't make masks, let's
Exactly.
get fabric to people who can. Get food to people who don't have it. Do what you can. Like, I think this is the
And
time.
so many people have never done anything like that before, never had an altruistic thought outside themselves ever. And it's like, oh, wow. Huh. And they go, wow, that felt good. Wow,
And
yeah.
happier themselves.
Yeah.
That's I always tell people, if you want to feel better or if you're down or something, go help someone else. Because
I do that every day in working with people. They get so spun up in how miserable their life is, and I'm like, go to a women's shelter, go to an animal shelter, go, and not just to see how miserable they are compared to you, but to help them and how good you will feel. And that's what we're about. So
yeah, and hopefully we can grow as a nation that way. Can we ask the dowsing about our election coming up in hopes? Just out of curiosity.
I know I'm such not a prediction psychic, because I always say that if when this comes out the right way or the wrong way to what anybody's believing, that doesn't mean don't go vote, because again, we don't even want these to give away your power. You don't want your cards to give away your power. Don't give to anything else. But okay, let's just keep it real gentle of sorts. Is there a good probability, depending on us, that there will be a big change with the elections coming up, a change in the government? Yes. That's a good start.
It's a great start.
That is a really good start. What else you want to ask?
I'm not gonna
lie. So, I don't know. Okay.
I missed the question. What did you ask?
I didn't have a question. I was waiting for a question.
Okay. Well, I'm scared to push it too far.
We don't want to push it too far, again, because people, we're so used to giving away our power. Then whatever this said, whatever this said, people will go, oh, okay, that's done in either direction. And that's what we don't want anymore. That's what we don't want. That's how we've been trained. That's the circus. That's everything we've been done. So you do this for guidelines. The flow is like this. The cards are leaning towards this. And then we create what we want it to be. We vote for what we want it to be. But we're going to be okay, girl. We are. Just saying.
I have to say, despite talking about COVID and all this whole time, that was the most positive reading I think I've ever seen. So.
See? It's in the cards. No, we're going to be okay. Again, it's taking stock. We're taking stock right now.
Yeah.
And it is karma. You get what you pay for, cause and effect, action and a reaction. And we're having to look, I'm just picking up off the deck, look at we have to look at things now. No more blinders. And then we take action. I could tell a whole story. And then we find the triple goddess and we live happy.
Yeah.
So what other questions did you have? Now that we've solved all the problems of the world, we're all going to be okay.
I love it.
And we're going to vote.
Good, and a bunch of female power is going to come about. I'm a huge fan, so I feel this is very successful. So let me ask. I wanted to like quickly touch on so many things. Unfortunately, I think I can only have you. Instagram Live ends in like around. It only gives you an hour, so yeah. I have like less than 10 minutes. So let me.
Okay, we can talk fast. I talk fast anyway.
Okay, let's see. I wanted to touch base again a little bit on like how much are you feeling as a sensitive person? Like, do you feel the energy of like the chaos around you? How are you protecting yourself from like all that energy? I know you use the mirror magic.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of other things. Again, we've got to keep ourselves balanced. We got to do whatever to make us feel good. I use a lot of symbols, and I'm wearing one right now. The most balancing and protective symbol or sigil I know is this little thing right here. It's called the Helm of Awe. It's Norwegian. It's a rune. HELMOFAWE. I wear it on all the scary ghost hunts. It's an 8-sided cross with a little, trident on the end. It just blows up negative energy. So, at times like this, if you're having bad dreams, draw it out on a Post-it and you stick it under your mattress. I have one under my welcome mat at my house. It keeps out bad ghosts and burglars. As weird as it is, because, we give sigils, symbols, $ means this, a heart means this. And work within your belief system. Yes, of course, if you're Christian, the cross is going to work. If you're Jewish, the Star of David. If you want a pentagram, a pentacle. But the sacred geometry within this just blows things out. So they used to be hard to find, these little things. Nobody had them, but in the age of all the TV shows and the Viking TV shows, you can get these online, a dime a dozen. But you could just draw your own. If you have a really active mirror, because mirrors are portals, and again, spirits are active right now. I posted something from the New York Times today, and everybody's going, yes, it's more active. Yes, it's more active. If you have an active mirror, because they are portals, or you find that you have 2 mirrors facing each other, which is a spirit highway, just draw this, stick it on the back of the mirror. If you can't, even just do it on the front. I use that squirty Windex that looks like foam. I foam on the mirror. I draw out the Helm of Awe with my finger, and then I erase it so it's not sitting there, and you've just shut down the mirror. It's amazing how it works. So I do protection. I work, again, energetically. I work with a lot of mugwort because it enhances things at protection a lot. I work with a lot of cascarilla powder, cascarilla powder. It's just ground eggshells because I won't use anything toxic, and it keeps the energy out. It looks like talcum powder, and I put it along thresholds, put it at doors and windows. It just keeps negative energy out. You can think eggs are new life and all that. It's used in voodoo, hoodoo, rubbing eggs on yourself, but just get a little, it's inexpensive. You can get it online. You can get it at metaphysical shops. So I do conscious warding of the house and energy, both for spirits and for anger and for sadness and for everything along the way. It's about getting the balance. And again, those little exercises I have, I call them my elemental balancing exercise. I literally, you're pagan, I have people put their whole world into the 4 basic elements: air, fire, water, and earth. Your earth is your grounding, your sense of self, your persona, how you are. Oh, that person, they're happy. That's your earth. Your fire is your passion, creativity, love, sex, God, art. Yeah, that's your fire. That's north and south in an elemental compass. But where we get off balance is west and east, because it's like a plane going like this. West is water. It's our emotions. 60-some% of our body, just water has to flow. Air is our thought pattern, our intellect, the chatter in our brain, the fog in our brain. So if we put our whole world into air, fire, water, and earth, it's who we are, our persona, our passion, our emotions, and our thoughts. And we just strive for balance, and that's what's so hard. So the next time you're not as happy as you could be, for whatever reason, get in a fight with somebody, or you're not as productive as you could be, or you're not as conscious. Everything we've talked about, we don't want to be asleep at the wheel or phoned in or just numb zombies through life. Instead of staying in that state,
We have
or
4 seconds left.
okay,
Let's